Habits by James Clear. Hi. I would love if you could leave your name as you're saying hi. I can't see who you are through Restream. But thank you for joining me. So, um, I love the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. I picked up this book because I had to figure out how to save time because I have two kids with disabilities still living at home. They're adults now, but they still live at home with us. And I also have medical needs. I have a condition where I have foot drops, so I have to go to my weekly physical therapy. And I also have allergies, so I get weekly allergy shots. So I had to really figure out how to save time. And when I picked up this book, I found that I have the more of these atomic habits that I incorporate into my life, the more productive I am, the faster I get things done. So I would love to share some of those tips with you today and some of what I've learned. So, James Clear believes that success is the product of daily habits. So I think he calls them atomic because they're so powerful. And he says that it's just much easier to accomplish goals through consistent habits. And this is exactly also how I love to help my clients. So you can get where you want to be by focusing on these daily atomic habits and getting just 1% better each day. And James Clear says that if you grow and you get 1% better each day, then you actually will have 37 times better results by the end of the year. So I love to use atomic habits in my business. And I love the concept of habit stacking. So James Clear talks about when you stack one habit on top of another, like you can have a habit that you've already established, and then you stack a habit on top of that. And that's habit stacking. So I did this when I wanted to start incorporating daily meditation and daily prayer and daily gratitude before I started my business. So I have this whole morning routine where, I get the kids off to their day program. I make my relive shake and then I do my prayer and meditation before I start my business. So I've stacked those habits. And in my business, I've identified the daily tasks that I want to do every day and stacked them one on top of the other. I've prioritized them and I just have a daily activity list. And I've noticed that I get through my checklist a lot faster and I'm a lot more productive now because I'm not spinning in thoughts of confusion of wondering what I should be doing, right? I've got my daily activity list. I know the activities that I'm going to be doing every day. I know what order I'm going in, and I'm getting them done a lot faster. So when I heard James Clear say that success is the product of daily habits, I started to think about what would be the most important habit of an entrepreneur. And I definitely think that's engagement, right? It's so important as business owners that we're building relationships every day and connecting with new people. So I recommend connecting with 5 new people per day. And you might think, how am I going to find these people? Or how am I going to find the time to do that? But it doesn't have to take long at all if you're meeting these 5 new people online. And I don't have time today to go into the details of the strategy that I use, but you will definitely want to sign up for my 3-day challenge, Double Your Business. And it starts April 10th. And I'm going to share with you my favorite lead generation strategy so that you have an endless stream of leads and people to connect to so that you can easily connect with 5 new people per day. And it doesn't take long at all. So then, as we are connecting, We want to be inviting people into our world. And I recommend building a community of support. And so I have a Facebook group, Confident Women Thrive in Business, and that's Confident Women Thrive One in Facebook groups, where I love to support my community. And that's where I love to nurture my audience with my content, right? It's so important to be expanding our audience every day and sharing our value, because the value that we share will be returned to us in monetary form. And this is what I learned from the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And also when I was certified in the mindset coaching through the Life Coach School. So this is how we make money, by sharing our value, right? And so we have to own the value of what we have to offer before we can share it, right? And so this is going to be part of my Double Your Business Challenge as well. We are going to break out of imposter syndrome. And last time, one of the participants had a major breakthrough when she joined live. And so you'll definitely want to join live if you can. Um, but we are going to own the unique value of what we have to offer. And then we're going to work on creating our simple social media content strategy so that we are sharing our unique value and then attracting our ideal clients with that value. So we want to be sharing our value every day with our community. So the third atomic habit that I recommend is making offers to help every day. So imagine how fast our businesses will grow if we are consistently connecting with new people, nurturing our audience, and making offers to help. So my personal goal is to make at least 2 offers per day to my free strategy call or my Double Your Business, whatever the offer is at the time. And this can definitely be uncomfortable, right? But you have to come from a place of, I know how I can help this person, right? Also, you have to be prepared to hear the word no, because only 3% of people are ready to work with us now, right? So you have to be careful that you don't take that personally, right? You have to know that your value as a person has nothing to do with business. We are all infinitely valuable just because we are human beings on this planet. So when you are confident in who you are and in the value of what you have to offer, you will be unstoppable in your business, because the more confident you are, the more offers you make, right? The more visible you get and the more sales you're going to make. Because when people will feel that energy from you, they will feel that you are confident, that you know that you can help them, and that's when they will trust you enough to buy from you. So this strategy is really simple, right? To make more offers, to make offers daily, but it can be uncomfortable. And if you have a fear of rejection, that will kill your sales. So I would love to help you with that through the mindset coaching. I worked with a client who suffered from anxiety, and he had worked with other coaches but had never gotten the results before that he wanted. And in the testimonial that he gave me, he said that I was able to help him break through his barriers, reduce his stress levels, and build the confidence that he needed. And he increased his sales by 20% after only 4 sessions. So this is the power of the mindset coaching. And we can have all the strategy in the world, but if we don't have the confidence, if we don't have the mindset, we won't do the strategy, right? So the fourth atomic habit that will exponentially grow your business is expanding in your knowledge every day. So as James Clear talks about in his book, knowledge compounds. He says that learning one new idea won't make you a genius, but a commitment to lifelong learning can be transformative. So I love to listen to audiobooks. I love audiobooks because I can listen while I'm doing other things, right? Getting ready for the day and doing those activities that I'm going to be doing anyway. And I can be learning, right? And growing at the same time. And I usually end up buying the hard copy of the book as well so that I can really go back and coach myself on what I've learned and apply it to my life and business. And this is where the real transformation happens. So we can't just listen and then forget, right? We have to apply what we've learned. And that's when I really started seeing that exponential growth in my business. So one day, as I was listening, I got really excited because I realized that as long as I'm growing and learning something new every day, I will never run out of ideas, right? To on what to post on social media. So, and I always give credit where credit is due, but I can always add my own ideas, right? And give my personal take on that, on what I've learned, like I'm doing now, right? And that's adding value to my audience. So I've made it a habit to learn and grow and expand in my knowledge every day. And if you keep improving by 1% every day, you'll end up with 37 times better results at the end of the year. Again, according to what James Clear has discovered. So that is exciting results. But as Clear says, habits can compound for you or against you. So he also talks about negative compounding. So this is, for an example, stress compounds, right? And we see this in our health, right? If we are in a chronically stressful situation, that can really take a toll on our bodies. So negative thoughts compound as well. And as a mindset coach, I know this is true because our thoughts create our results. So we can get stuck in a negative thought loop, right? If we're not breaking through our limiting beliefs. So our limiting beliefs are like an invisible fence, right? That holds the dog in the yard. So even if the power were to go out, the dog doesn't think that he can escape, right? Because he thinks that there's that barrier. So that's what our limiting beliefs do to us. I just think everyone needs a coach because the only way that we're going to push outside of our own boundaries is with a coach to help us see that our limiting beliefs are not actually true, right? We tend to think that they are, but they're not actually true. And when, especially if you're beating up on yourself, you can just get stuck in that negative thought loop. So one of my clients was telling herself that she wasn't good enough, just because, and she wasn't worthy, right? Just because someone didn't show up for her presentation. And when she was telling herself, I'm not good enough, then she felt hopeless and she wasn't taking productive action in her business. Through the coaching, I helped her to see that that thought was no good. It wasn't helping her, and it wasn't actually even true. So we questioned that thought, I'm not good enough. We looked at the actual circumstances of what she did, and she had scheduled a time to do an overview, sent a reminder message the day before, and sent a message a couple of hours before. Who knows why this person didn't show up, right? So it's so important not to self sabotage with negative thoughts. So the way that the mindset model works is that our thoughts create our feelings motivate our actions, and our actions give us our results. So when she was thinking, I'm not enough, then she felt hopeless, then she beat herself up, and then she was not doing enough to move her business forward. So, isn't that crazy how our actions or how our thoughts actually create our results? So, through the mindset coaching, I helped her to realize that that thought wasn't serving her and it wasn't even true, right? So, once she recognized I am enough, I did what I needed to do, then she felt empowered to take productive action in her business. And so it's so important not to beat ourselves up because our thoughts create our feelings and our results. And only positive thoughts motivate us to take action. So be aware if you are sabotaging yourself with negative thoughts and turn that around because only positive thoughts move us forward. So, a positive mindset is a good example of that positive compounding that James Clear talks about in his book. So, if you stay positive, focused on the positive and focused on what we want, then we'll be motivated to take action, right? And one way you can turn around those self sabotaging thoughts is to give yourself credit for what you've done, right? So, just like my client, she had actually done the things that a good business person does, right? She had scheduled the time to do the overview. She had sent the reminder message. She had sent a message a couple of hours before. And once she recognized that she did what she needed to do, then she felt empowered to keep taking those productive actions in her business. So catch those limiting beliefs and self sabotaging thoughts and turn them around, right? Give yourself credit for what you're doing that's working, right? We must focus on where we're going and not use the past against ourselves, right? If we focus on the doubts and fears, we're going to be stuck in that negative thought loop, and only positive thoughts move us forward. So, if you coach with me, I will teach you how to coach yourself, right? So that you can stay focused on your goals and the possibility of achieving your goals and that strength within you. So, confidence comes from what we tell ourselves. So, tell yourself that you can do it. And I would love to help you build that confident mindset that you are inspired and motivated to take that consistent action in your business. So, the growth, daily growth is the key to success. Remember that productivity compounds. And I invite you to my Double Your Business Challenge coming up on April 10th. And this is a way that you can grow, right? And because as I mentioned before, I think I mentioned this before, but I will be sharing with you my favorite lead generation strategy so that you can easily connect with 5 new people per day, invite them into your world, right? And make those offers to help. So we're going to be owning our worth in this Double Your Business Challenge and breaking out of imposter syndrome. And last time I held this challenge, there was one participant who was live there and did the hot seat, was brave enough for the hot seat coaching, right? And she had a huge breakthrough right on the call. So you want to be there live if you can. If not, I will send you the replays if you register. I will leave that link to register in the comments below if you're on Facebook or LinkedIn. On Instagram, the link is in my bio. And I look forward to helping you exponentially grow your business.